Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected.
Fixerbot says.
Welcome. Stream starts in 5 minutes.
Gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries.
So I noticed stream elements. I did not allow it to send messages. Yeah, I'll have to remove its privileges.
Fixerbot says.
T-minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected. I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected. I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations.
Stream about to start. 1 minute left.
Teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow.
Hi, there you are. So, let's get back to the stuff we were doing. So, my kid had his meeting, and it's what color down there? And he also got some ice cream, and I did too. Yeah, so we have, it's almost been an hour. It's been an hour. Yeah, that's life. It happens. So, Pwn Tools tutorial. I'm thinking we won't go through the whole tutorial thingy. But let's, look at the things. Basic tubes. What's tubes? I/O wrappers for most types of I/O. CPU to be local. SSH serial I/O. Oh, well, that's cool. So, receiving data, sending data, manipulating integers. Okay. Process SH. Send line. Maybe we should just do everything. But then I would want to fix this machine. Don't finish it first, right? So let's check what we will need. So we don't really need the generating characters. I was just curious about that, as it didn't work as I expected it would. I just saw stuff SSH. We can do SSH too. Yeah. Ban it. So I will do so many things with this. So it's really about time to get it all done. Right. So what we want is probably at the end. Spellcraft, that's what we want. So this is shellcraft. I mean, spellcraft sounds cooler. I guess that's the what they're aiming at, you know? It's magically good. Yeah. So it can also do wrapper. Shellcraft module gives you pre-canned assembly. It's generally customizable. Easiest way to find out which shellcraft templates exist is to look on the documentation on RTD. Read the docs. So, help and function sh in module. Yeah. Interesting stuff. So, the one that we had before, let's see if I can find it. Possibly set SUID there. Because we have a SUID one, that's why we can't just do. I'm sure Metasploit has stuff for it too. might be this one. Let's check what I had in my notes. So it's still up. I haven't clicked anything on the computer since I closed it down. I'm sorry for eating. This is a boat, apparently. An ice cream boat. I don't know why they call them boats, but I like them. So I thought when I was shopping with my kid, well, mommy wants some candy too, right? It was long since I bought something sweet. So here we have the Saturi Uid. That's the one that's yeah. Saturi Uid. That one. So we can click it. And UID equals AUID. Set the real and effective user ID. So, how will I eat this without getting ice cream all over? $31 FF. Ah, yeah. So this is a test to see if it works. Here we user 1, because we're not using this code. Here we're using this code. And then it works. So this is really what we need. But I want to explore this further and make it part of the notes too. We're gonna make a 11 suet. It's not just a little thing, this. There, and obviously it's Linux then. And let's actually have that one up and open a new one. So, that's good. It's very creamy. You can taste the cream in it. I guess I should eat this first before I can actually click stuff right. So, here I have some comments on Suet. So, Suid STID. You can only debug a setuid or seted program if the debugger is running as root. Otherwise, you can just grab GDB, call GDB on bin_su to have root, or whatever other suid it was then, of course. If you run GDB as root, you'll be able to run your program, but you'll only be observing the behavior when run by root. So, if you need to debug the program when it's not started by root, start the program outside GDB, make it pause in some fashion, and this program just takes output. So, it just takes a command line argument, and then it's finished. So it's a very tiny thing we have. So I'm getting the troublesome part and attach the process inside GDB. So this, oh gosh, this is actually the command here then. So we didn't put it anywhere. Attach to process 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's where I found this. But we can still play with it. We just can't run the exploit through GDB. We can explore it and then we can run it. This is buffer overflow 3, the same we have here. As example. So this is specific to GDB, but the rest of it is obviously the same for all debuggers, right? Because we can't just get any permissions. So this bit we want in here, and we don't need to have it red here because this is a theme here. The selection of within the tags, it kind of went odd, right? So that was just me. It wasn't its fault. I just guess that's there. No more BRs or anything. So, the debugger. Make it pause in some fashion before getting, well, Whoops. So there. Now I have two hands. Making stuff much easier. I don't know. I'd like to have shorter things here. This is of course better put as a like header here instead, or just skip it. We can do and let's say debugging. Yeah, let's actually make that a header. So you can only debug how do we get how do we run shellcode as the with the suid permission. So we make we need to within the code set the suid. And then we're gonna like grab bits from here that we're gonna fix later. This is really the important bit. I just realized that at the end here of this one, which was I realized now in like September, October last year. And this one, just confirm that he used the same method. So yeah, so I had not really used the graphical ones here, I think. But I think also it's easier with command line ones to use command line debuggers. Since I didn't see how to send a command line argument to EDB, but I guess it's anyway by script, right? We can't do it by script. Let's just continue. So yeah, we're just using the same code here. It says added. Let's change this. Special code for suid has been added. And it's this bit. And we can cat the secret here that only user 3 can see. So there was no more information here. I did these close together in time, so yeah, this is the next step. We just need to make our notes clear. When we searched, we also found stuff in this, so I was curious if there was anything here. But it was just here, the strings in within that. So we can just close that. Yeah. So let's fix this. I have this in my memory already. We can generate shellcode with the shellcraft function. Well, it's object oriented. Let's do functionality because that's where I was going anyway. Of phone tools. So shellcraft this is command line. Add the command line. So we're gonna add more stuff here, right? F D AMD.Linux. Yeah, AMD 64, but this is not 64, this is 32, right? Because the other executable was 32 bits, so I'm assuming this one is 2. Set re-UID. And the number. We already have the number for this one. So let's hop back to the box, because we're actually doing a box while we're learning this, right? And Linux, when we run the Linux exploit, the first thing we did was pass ID, and we can see here that the user we want is 1001, right? So we need to rerun the command anyway, right? As this needs as the executable is a, we're not going to use it. We're not going to use EDB. So exploit. Suid for validate executable. As executable is a suid. Binary file whatever. That's good enough. Well, is it? As what we want to exploit is the executable's suid permission. We need to set the UID in the shellcode we run. And then we're gonna link our own instructions. And we will use phone tools shellcraft to get the code we need. And then we're gonna do it here. And we'll do it soon, but we'll finish this first. For this, we need the users. We can just swap the direction of this. Yeah, I thought so. I don't want to copy anything before I've pasted that. So, the users. UID. From password should we do like that's just to be explicit, and there's more before here. Return the puck. We will use tools shellcraft functionality, I guess. I was not typing that. To get the code we need. So, closing. We don't need that anymore either. So, there. Of course we need to run it, right? So, let's open shell craft F no H, right? And let's put this somewhere. We will have lots of those. Will we? So we can close examples down. I was just looking for that. Let's make a new folder called Pwn Tools, because it's very, very useful. It seems extremely useful. So in here we are making shellcraft, and we're putting I almost make Python comment instead. The help here. Yeah, now I know why I did this. I was gonna type help. My brain didn't catch up with my fingers. So, as you can see, F. Format. So, and in our example, I guess we open this one up too. So it's a sample FD, meaning D. Escaped hex string. And let's use a double for format, because the more explicit we are, the easier it is to understand, right? So dash dash format. Even if it's longer to type, in this it is good to have the more explicit ones. So yeah, so we can delete this line now, or this. We're gonna add more stuff here. Example from overflow free. So that's where I first discovered it. And this is really what we can do now too, but we'll have to make... Right, we can just use that. We just have to generate this one for ID 101 instead. So here it will be in Python. And we're gonna make examples here. When we have learned how to do it. So so what else did we have? The format is on shellcraft, then we have F format, shellcode, shellcode the shellcodes you want, shellcode args plus shellcode args. Okay. So there's a plus between them then. So let's see if we can make a... let's first run this, right? I've changed the ID there. I'm just copying it. So we're gonna paste it here and run it. And as we can see, if we compare, let's copy this one first. I'm actually gonna put the whole thing here, right? So we can see the output and everything. Because this is in our box code, so it will be explicitly for this, not like this. We could add our second one here too, right? And then we can compare them easily. So when we compare these, we should be able to see the ID very easily. So here we have BFEB, here we have BFE9. And that's the only difference between them. So we could always look at those in binary, but Actually, now I want to have this disassembled, but I think the phone tools will do this prettily for us later. Let me look at it that way. So now imagine we want something else, right? We have the code here, what we want for our exploit. And instead of doing like this and just printing it, we can actually use Python in here, right? That's cooler. So why is this one like this? Oh, because there's more in the file first. Yeah, I get it. Get what I was thinking of. Why an extra line here though? So, let's also try and make a shell. This is a simple, it's not a reverse shell. We're not connecting to anything. It's just starting bin bash, right? Try and make shellcraft. Give us a code for running bin bash. Right? Let's see if we can do that. So let's hop back here. And somewhere here, there should probably be AMD64 Linux, right? So here we're on Linux. Read, sleep. SH. Dup SH. One SH. I guess SH. So what if we do this then? And we modify this to just to SH. And it gave us this. Right? And now we do both. The plus in between. So copy. And we want that one afterwards, because otherwise it won't work. And we put a plus here. And now we should have both without having to add them ourselves. Here's the first bit. And here's the second bit. So it's not bash, it's sh. So this is more for the notes on how to than for this. This is just testing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna make it duplicate here, but it doesn't matter. So this we already have above, and there. So at the command line. So we can get the code for set reUID and for sh or both at the same time. And now we'll see if this works, if this is correct, if this is correctness, right? So let's instead here copy this, and we already have the link here for the notes. Why is this to itself? Because it was lazy. So this is the one we want, of course. That's odd. Well, I noticed it. So now we're gonna replace this with this, and which means our this until here. This is what we need to run. So we skip that because we didn't need to try, it just worked. So if we hop back to this previous example here, here we have we have 10 48s, 41s. Oh my god, where did I get 48? And then we have an actual yeah, this is not how I would do it now when I've learned a bit more, and I had problems with this. So let's redo it, fresh and new and thinking. So this is annoying. This gives us the shellcode. Why? It's because it's wrapping, but still, it's annoying. Now, let's check. So what did I do really before, right? We don't have any addresses, we haven't fussed. Yeah, let's start with this, right? Let's fuss the buffer overflow. So I wanted to make sure I had the SUID bit, right? Down first. SUID shellcode. So let's just call it SUID shellcode, and I was going for that. And let's put the new document, or whatever we want to call it, note 10. Fussing guess it's a bit manual, but now I want to do it smarter, right? Fuzzing, validate. Next. Well, otherwise it sounds very odd. Fuzzing the validate executable. I guess I can do as it's at the very end anyway, so it's control. That's why I don't want to use it the full word here. So will we use R2? Will we use just Python? Let's try just Python, right? So I love this. It's very nice. And I'm gonna copy this bit to here too. As an example. Doesn't matter if I change one here because they're not really connected. This is just an example how shellcraft works, right? We should have a list. Can it list? Yes, it can list. And then we're gonna do it, of course, and put it in there. So we pwn, I guess, shellcraft L. And we have all the thingies. We're on A. So usually I put the help at the very bottom, but when it's special cases, we don't. All shell codes. I would have liked to make this. I'll have to read all the shell code. So the Linux bit here is of course very interesting. Where did I hop to? I scrolled too far. Here, Linux. So. We can make libraries with us too. I managed to click something. So, I was going to click up here. Syscalls, and of course, double dash. I'm like, did I spell something wrong? Is that what we were supposed to get? I didn't write spellcraft at least. New line 0 encode the shellcode to avoid null bytes. Oh gosh, it's cool. That's so cool. Yeah, we need to do that. So Z. Oh my. That was a bad bug. This D, of course, needs to be after the format or it won't find it. So I was just bugging out. So, how was it without a zero? Was there any zeros? I didn't look. There's no zeros. So it didn't do anything. Yeah. So we haven't looked for any bad curse or anything yet. I'm just amazed at this coolness. A debug trap for the code. Debug trap after the code. Yeah, so now when I see this in Python, this is not Python, this is command line utility here generating this. But I want to be able to do this from within Python and make a flexible thing I can depend on what it is seeing, right? So we need to do this now. We need to fuss stuff, and this time we're not gonna just run our normal one, but we're gonna make a new fuss thingy-madoo. Time. So of course I did type that in the wrong screen. I managed to undo the paste of this and do it again. So let's just close that down because I think we're done with that. So I was lay here. Did that on the wrong screen. So let's make a yeah, this is what we want. We want to make a new one called Pwn Fusser. Right? We're using Pwn this time and we're testing and learning. And we're gonna grab stuff from the old one. We're gonna grab the whole old one and we're gonna replace stuff. And I think it already started, but then it failed to generate the texts with our ChatGPT example. Which is not that hard, I guess. We haven't had it up. So this might be old. Yeah, this is ancient. Yeah, we need to boot up the Windows one. If stream crashes, it crashes, right? So I'm gonna close Firefox because we have a million tabs open. Then we don't have much else up except for the notes. So let's see. Let's hope this works. If stream crashes, you know why. It's Windows. Windows. Well, we were really right. 1 hour exactly until I started with what I was gonna do because I've been doing notes. Nah, this is really the thing to learn and to make notes. It's there. It's just nothing. Windows VMs are not quick, especially not on this computer. I'm so sorry, people. We should have started that at the same time, I guess, as we did other stuff. So, this little black. What do we know about this so far? As you can hear the computer. When I have like reinstalled the computer, it will be quicker. I'll put the VMs on my current main SSD and another SSD that's bigger as a OS drive. Finally, we got the laser color, something other than black to look at. So I can't look at stuff Googling, at the same time. Well, I could in Kali. If I trust that these really have this memory. I don't know if it doesn't use all the memory I've allocated for it. I don't think it's actually using it. I don't think it's actually allocated. But hopefully it is, because, playing with buffer overflows or writing stuff in memory. So this is an old version, very old. This is not even mine. This fuzzer. So we can just close it. Well, let's overwrite it. Let's make sure that all the scripts in this directory, that we can do. We can open all of these. Well, these two I've done 3. I've done them recently, right? No, not Brainstorm, Gatekeeper and Brainpan. So I don't know what exploit 10 is. I don't know what a string is new to. This I know what it does. It's just making ace. And this kind of failed because it's just making ace too. So I need to learn more about the poem stuff. So, has it started? 7. Where is it? 7 o'clock. I think I left it on the default time zone, whatever it was. So, these are the latest scripts. So let's get these. Yeah, I guess we open them and then we copy the text. That's better than dragging the files. So let's just open the whole 4 of them. What did I do? Share with Skype. Why is that there? I don't want to share with Skype. I don't want it in the start menu, especially not for my VM. Skype. Once upon a time, it was a good thing. So this works. Here we got the Skype thingy. No, we don't want you. We want you to close. And we hop back to Cali. And we don't have there. And save as. It's using phone tools. Phone cyclic file. And I really see why it's no really used to use a Python if you can do this as a command line, right? But I'm thinking we need all the knowledge and then we can build more complex scripts with this. And new. Hop over here. Let's close. Well, this is a fuzzy file. So, fuzzer are going to be replaced. Let's just make sure it's empty. Paste. Oh yeah. So mousepad, if you're not in the first character which adds a line, that's such an odd thing for a text editor to do. Very odd. So here's Metasploit's line, and I think this worked. Yeah, this worked, right? We tested this. What was that sound? Must have been the Windows machine. I don't have any such sounds on mine. Exploit Pi. I remember how slow it is now. I did make a big mistake. So copy. This is bad shards. It's probably trying to move the window still. So I'm gonna see what did we have in buff. No. This is a new thing I just made. So, bad shards. I have used dashes. And this is not a... not using any pwn stuff. I keep tabbing. So, an exploit that is not the latest really, but working. So, I'm actually gonna open this again. I'm gonna run it once. Just to confirm that the function works there, and I could install it with pip install fine on that machine. So, no problems. No problems. Oh gosh, I just realized I have this right. Because there's something called Brainpan exploit Pi, and then there's Brainpan exploit Linux. So this would be the same as I have in my copy. So if you scroll up here to the top, It's not the same. Because I added the lines at the top. I added the IP address. Yeah, but we don't need this because it's not. This is the latest, the one we used to get on the box. So this is fully functional, and we don't need anything else from the Windows machine except testing that the functionality works, right? So when we run the exploit here, no, when we run the fuzzer, that's when it's generating the cyclic pattern. So we don't really even have anything running to make sure that the cyclic pattern is created. Okay, right? Yeah, target machine. So we have to print it. So print pattern. Yeah, we need to save it to be able to do that. Squeeze text 63 lines. Yeah, this is what is generated. This is not just A's, right? This is what we got here. So then it can't connect because it didn't start executable at all. I just wanted to make sure that we're actually getting a string here. And we can see that it's 4 characters and it's starting to add, right? And it's bytes data. We didn't need to convert it or anything, it's just good. Whatever. Let's close this one down now so I can open Firefox without sweating. So I'm just opening Firefox here. I'm thinking how long I should go today because I'm slightly bit tired and I have been doing a lot of stuff. And I should do some other stuff like fix. During the weekend I started cleaning the wardrobe and there's still stuff I pulled out of there just outside the wardrobe. And I want to finish it, you know? And I haven't taken the time because I've been doing that until late. So today it's just 17, right? Yeah. The VM machine is, the time is right here. So we can go for, we'll probably be able to finish this one if I don't take too many wide finding knowledge terms. So let's close this one. We will need the Linux version of it that I probably is the same copied, right? So this is what we will use and edit. No. This is what we use to connect to the machine. Right. We will run this later. But we don't need to edit it. We need to change the IP though. So I'm going to make sandwiches for my kid. But they're frozen, so he wants 2 cat eyes always. And doesn't want them all the time, so they're in the freezer. I'm actually a bit hungry myself. So let's continue with this now. This is the exploit we use to connect to the machine, to get into Linux. So the new one, I guess we'll call 2. And it'll be totally different, right? Because this is a network one. And we're gonna make something different. So bad shards, we will need to check for bad
Goaku
shards.
says.
Hi.
Hello, Sophia.
Translated
Hi,
from
Goku.
Indonesian.
Welcome in. Welcome back. So the cyclic here. This is what I was going for.
Okay to redeem. Question mark.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. If they're on, you can redeem them, right? And if I say oopsie,
Exercise
then
redeems woot.
yeah, go for it.
Fixerbot says.
Time to move it, move it. 15 squats redeemed. Time to move it, move it. 10 high jumps redeemed.
Sure. We're gonna check this point
says.
first, if it works.
Oh, it will hurt. Sorry, Sophia.
Oh, why would it hurt? Why would it hurt? So we have 15 squats and 10 high jumps.
Fixerbot says.
And sit-ups.
Time to move it, move it. 10 chair sit-ups
You remember
redeemed.
when I had one with all of them in too, so you could do double everything. So let's just do the new one. It's not even on the list. Oh, whatever. Let's just do these, I guess. I still have the and you can see my tummy that I need to move, right? How many? There. And I'm like sitting on the chair. On the chest. So it's a bit too little space in here, really. Can't I touch the floor? The chair's in the way. I heard a microwave. Right sideways, this thing. So if I lean this a slight little bit on the side. Yeah, I should start moving more again. Getting out of breath of this. Just run the thing while I'm catching my breath. So what was it really? Fusser. Yeah, that's why. It's already existed. It already existed. And it's doing just ace. And yeah. Do you remember
Goaku
the
says.
AAAB?
Water redeem.
I'm not thirsty. It's good. So this is very odd. It's the same script on Windows.
Feel bad
We
you're
got it.
out of breath.
No, it's good. You made me work enough that I'm getting better, right? So that's good.
Good vibes, smile, smile.
Yeah. Just 2 seconds and I'll just look at this first. Logging at Pi. Cannot import. Yeah, so I'm thinking something is off with my Python, maybe? Because we should get an error message here that's totally different. That it can't connect to something doesn't exist. Well. Actually, I got a bit of training ache last time in my tummy. I need to sit in a different place though, or I'm falling off the chair. So not too far back. I'm like just on top of the mic. Don't ask me how many that was. About 10. I'll increase it soon. I don't think my tummy has any problems with anything now, so I started with 3 because I had an inflammation in one of my tummy muscles. So usually I do lots. And my shoulder, I felt it when I was doing the squats. But my shoulder is almost good. So it's not like, oh, I don't feel anything. I should move more too. I think it's ready for that now. So that's why I haven't been like walking and running and stuff and doing IRL streams. Because of my shoulder. So. And now, because of the weather, now it's 3.5 degrees and it's been plus for some time. Snow is like saying bye-bye. Maybe we can go out running in the forest again. So, let's run some of the basic scripts. So, you doing them too, Goku? You doing them too? So, let's do string /string. I don't even know what's in this. So, we'll have to check. Easiest way. I don't choose the GUI way when I can do the command prompt way. I'm sorry. So this should be a very simple thing for Python to do. Print A times 3000. This is mega simple. There can't be any problems with this, right? I didn't run it with Python though. That's the problem. So, this is debugging. What did I use for fuzzer? Oh. Oh. Interesting. No? Yeah, that was not what I wanted to copy. I just wanted to copy this line. And let's try some versions here. So, So this makes ace, no problems, no errors. That's good. And what would happen if we were to do like this? I think I did this before too, right? Python. The same. So, but n it did say n, right? So I'm just checking if there's something here. That's called Python. But it didn't say n only, it said the path. It did say user bin n, right? And we get the same response. So if we undo our changes here and use this again, it I didn't see any Python 3 in here. So let's Google it. We have Firefox back, right? We were in Firefox. So that's the problem when you select one of the ready ones. And why do people write? Yeah. So let's get this explained by someone who knows. Several versions of Python installed. User bin n will ensure that inverter uses the first one in your environment path. Okay. The alternative would be to hard use something like user Brainpan. That's okay, but less flexible. So they're such a different paths, and then they're running it. And this is what I got with Palm Tools before. But we installed another package by apt, and then it worked. So oh yeah, let's skip that. Or not. Maybe that was the one I was gonna look at. Yeah, let's. This is the same as this, is it? Yeah, so the last one here says package. And this is what we installed, right? So let's make that into, put it into our notes. So I did Pawn Tools here. So let's make a new node installation. Install package. So not pip install would work for me. So done. Let's get rid of some of these tabs. So then we have lots of this. Lots and lots. But these are the command line tools then. And if we go up and minimize command line tools, what do we have left? Android debugger bridge. Okay, cool. I want like all of it. I want to see the base page. Right, I leaned the chair back a bit for the sit-ups. So Pwn is the toolbox optimized for CTFs. So note a list of them there. And then we have the tutorials. So this is another way to access tutorials. Is it the same? I don't like this as much as the GitHub one. I very much prefer the GitHub one. Let's just close this down. What is this? Oh yeah. So here's when I found it. So then I went to the main page and we opened all the pages. And they are open here. And in this one we checked for the functions, and we found the functions we needed. We run this one when we middle click on the ones on the page before, and then we have more stuff to check through here. Let's not open all of them. Yeah, we found this cool page too. Nice. So we can close that, and this is the interesting bit. And we ended up here with the Pwn tools. So we can start with this later. And we check this. So cleaned up the tabs a bit there, right? So this is our goal, except doing the box. But I don't want to have odd error messages when I run Python. So now I wrote OSLA in the Python box there too. So we have a big problem when we run cyclic on Windows. We get a cyclic pattern. When we run cyclic on Linux, we get something else. So it is confirmed that it is not the function that is the wrong function. It is just the way we use it somehow. So yeah, and also we got an error message, right? So if we use fuzzer again, and first we confirm the path, this path worked for this symbol, right? So if we just get these lines, and that's when the copying doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes on my machine copy doesn't work. Why? Good question. From Pwn import cyclic. So this is the most simple one, right? And we can also get this. So just to prove my point before, if I save this as I guess we do pwn cyclic. Right, so I know what's so far. Not pwn, but pi. So it added a line here, an empty line. It always does that to mousepad, and it's a bit annoying. So if we look now, we should have a new one, and then we need chmod, and then we just run it. So dot slash pwn cyclic, and there's a pi. There's a find too. That's why I didn't find the full name. And get an error message. This shows that the error message we got was from this function. It was not from anything else. So let's comment this line. And let's first just do star here. So got the same error. And yeah, I heard that, so and I'll save before if I try this. Yeah, it's trying to just run it as a shell script, maybe? I don't know. But I was gonna add Python before. Let's do 3 just to make sure it's the right one, and that was not the problem. So let's now see if we can find something here. Line 2, import cyclic, file, line 4, yeah. So the funny thing is, it gives us a lot of A's. So let's make a lower amount. Let's make 100 A's. And the purpose of this is I'm gonna send this to ChatGPT. It wants to be here and play. Because earlier today it didn't work. Now it works fine. It even threw up stuff I didn't want to see. Let's say that. So let's run it again. Save, double save, run. So instead of Python, now we're doing cat. It says 100 there. It's definitely 100. That's not 100 A's. What I have not done is to use this in code. With the nice little help it can give us, right? Look, very old versions. Oh, very old versions. What's this?
Theodoros says, "Hi, did you figure out the buffer overflow yesterday?"
I don't know which one you mean. So we did the Linux buffer overflow afterwards, but now we're going for another file. So there's a local file on the machine, and it's not that it's a problem, it's that I want to learn how to do this with pwn tools in Python. So I'm trying to learn Pwn tools now. And I thought that maybe this is like old. Let's make a new folder here. And 2025. So also I think I got Pwn tools installed. I had problems with that. So it's the 23rd. It's crazy, time flies. So in here we can close these old things down. I guess that's annoying when it doesn't save. You can even close the program and it doesn't say, do you want to save this file, or And then suddenly, you've made changes. It happened to be 2 months ago, but do you remember if you want to save them? So where on earth did the buffer overflow stuff go? Here. So let's make a new one here. A new file called test.py, right? And we're going to from pwn import cyclic, because I'm getting errors on Linux. So now we're gonna see whether it's nice, actual IDE instead of using mousepad. I guess I could run this in Kali too, but whatever. So let's just hop over here and get the same file. Well, not the first line though. I already wrote that line, so we can just print it too, right? But I wanted to here remove some risk of errors. So if we do this parenthesis now, it won't do anything because it's not installed, right? So let's pip install Pwn. And this worked fine in my other Windows machine. Ignoring valid distribution. So it worked fine on the Windows VM, but on my Kali VM, until I installed a package, apt package. Well, Python 3 Pwn tools, I think, is the name. And let's just run that again. It's usually finicky. No, could not install due to OS error. Can file specified. File specified. Pegmatize. Okay, so there's some kind of requirements that it can't get itself. It's usually kinda nice. Downloading what it needs, like cryptography and stuff here. It's getting lots of things. Let's restart code and try again, because it's also finicky. And I also have, just delete stuff out of this. Let's also try Pwn tools. It seems to delay at the same time. So pip install Pwn tools. Oh, server winner 2. Can't find file specified. Exe delete me. So this is annoying. So let's see what they say about installing it, because I didn't look at all. So how do we install it for Windows? I closed all the help pages. Nah. Anything here? Why did I close? Oh, well, that's okay. I guess it's the same, probably still same link as we had in the other place. Windows board is experimental. You can try installing the pre-built version of Hills for your desired architecture from the new THM project. So we didn't have any problems on the other Windows machine. So we're going basic here. Ignoring. Do we have a mess? Anyway, it finished, right? Successfully installed. So a bit of administrator privileges and the command prompt. And let's restart code and see if it finds it. It already does. It's no squigglies anymore. So if we run this now, yeah, we didn't print anything. So as long as we didn't get any errors, we shouldn't have had an output. So that's correct. And we're getting a correct string. So even here it works. Let's just get rid of this. There. But I want to run it on Kali. I don't want to run it on Windows, right? Also, I have my VPN on Kali. Don't have it on Windows. So on Windows, I get funny errors, and let's actually send them to ChatGPT, right? So it was up there. We're gonna send it the errors and see what happens. The problem, what I was going like on, and I wanted to test it. This little tiny script here. Let's save this with a new name too. Save it as test. Alright, a fully new script. And we're going to run it here. Well, run it with Python test. And let's just see. Yeah, we can like remove that too. And it's not printing, you know, it's basic. Just running the cycling function. Nothing else. And we get this. And we get lots of A's. Where's these A's coming from? So I used to print 3,000 characters, or 5,000 or whatever. And I thought, well, okay, yeah, it's printing it, but then it's getting an error. But now we're doing something totally different. So let's run the other cyclic find instead. So if we run cyclic find, so /cyclic find by syntax error, word expected, expecting, and parentheses. Too many arguments. This is when you don't have that. So let's open it up. We made this yesterday, and friend cycle 820. Oh. This is not the right one. This was a find. Yeah, because I was like, it has Python there already. There it is. There it is. So this one is the one missing the shebang thing. So I just didn't have the perfect one. Here's the N. So this one, now we should be able to run it. And we get the same error. So there's something definitely wrong here. And I'm gonna send, let's do this one, because it's simpler, I think. The moving the mouse after letting go of the button. Stay with the mouse button, don't move, then we copy. I'm gonna paste it into ChatGPT, but I'm gonna put the code on top. So, GPT is gonna help us. And the one we run was test, so this is the code. And we can make a fake prompt here.
VR Mechatronics says, "Hey, how is going?"
Hi VR. I'm having a bit of problems running Pwn-Tools, a Python library. And not just a library, but tools. So how are you? Hope everything is good. I'm just faking a cat here, so it can understand totally what's happening easily, hopefully. The issue occurs that Python is trying to import template from the file name string py in your current directory instead of the standard library string module. This happens because your local file shadows the built-in string module fix. What? But it's not called string py. Do I have a string py? I do. So many errors. Oh, I know why now. Thank you, ChatGPT. I don't have a brain. How many times did I get this error before? At least 2. So I have a file called string py here. I don't use it, but it's still called string py. So we just move string py to string underscore make string py. Well, I did find something cool once when I did that. I found MC. This I found, which is cool.
Yes, they always change some between Pi versions, and after that some components are not compatible on time.
Yeah, so now at least I know what the problem was, and we hopefully solved it. And now if we run Python test, we should get the correct stuff. Which is nothing, because I've commented out everything that could possibly give us an error. Like the print. It works. So it was a damn string py file. I must learn and never name something that could, like, never use any reserved or possibly library names, nothing like that. Don't use the same names for stuff. Also your own stuff, you know. Thank you, ChatGPT. Thank you. Today we are glad that ChatGPT. But it is very, very, yeah, it also says move here. So we can delete this one because I'm not gonna look back at that one. I already, knew it. It was just stupid. And I have had, if I had not already had a lot of problems installing it, then I probably wouldn't have thought of it. So if we now run /fuzzer, how much time did I spend on that? I also typed on the wrong machine again. So fuzzer it will not run. It will just print the text. Yeah. So this looks good. Meaning now the functions work once I can actually use them. Because we didn't have any problems with other functions, So I did use the command line stuff, and that worked great. So now I can hop back and start actually doing stuff. We can delete test pi and close the window. No, we don't want to save it. This is this one. So I know why it suddenly put a lot of A's there, Yeah, so we're gonna convert my fuzzer to be a pwn fuzzer. And we're going to use the cyclic. So, yeah, import cyclic. I already have it here. But we don't need this now. So, yeah, I think I removed the prefix too. We can just modify when we need to. Let's keep a timeout. This is good still. Use pattern is still good. Pattern though will just be replaced with cyclic with a selected number. So we're gonna make this so much easier. This function is so much better now. So here it will just use these. We can change this to A's because it's prettier. And then we're just going to return this. And I'm assuming you can do any number here. Otherwise this would be still necessary. And I can rewrite it or have it somewhere. So let's just delete prefix. We're gonna remove from the whole thing. And here we're going to, instead of pattern total size, we're going to use this. And I did this change yesterday and then I undid it again because I had some problem that I don't remember, but it was on the Windows machine. It was maybe 2 days ago. So delete. So much tinier. So we can do use a pattern, which is cyclic. And so tribal through, socket, timeout, IP port, steps, increase. So the first time it's 1, it was 0 from start. Total size steps times step size. So this is the size, and then we get string total size. And then that will depend if it's a or a cyclic pattern, depending on the value of this variable. So let's actually put this higher up, where we're likely to change things, right? So those are what we probably gonna use. And we're not gonna run this at all. It's just an update with the script. So I'm not going to test it. Maybe I should. We can open the Windows VM again. Because this executable that this is meant for runs there. It's an exe file. So set timeout. Yeah, I already read this. Fussing with bytes. So string. Yeah, we can delete that. We want the comment still there. Send string enter. Oh god, this is old. Why? Oh, whatever. I don't care. Are those? Yeah, they're commented. Fussing crashed. Yeah. That's good enough. I've been thinking about changing this to sent a million times. Let's put it up instead, right? So we say what we're gonna send, then we send it, and receive, we print what we're receiving as we're receiving it. And then we have a one sleep because the current format of this is that it's reconnecting every time. We just move this outside of the loop, and we have a different way of it working, right? So can I use anything of that? So cyclic worked. That was just a test. Cyclic find worked. And we can test run it too now. Dot slash pro cyclic find. 124, that's correct. But this is not executable we're looking at now. We're gonna make new stuff for a local file. These are networked, right? So right, we should do that. Put that in there. So let's see. Yeah, I've already made this lots tinier. I don't see any need right now to change this. Next time we do a network one, we will build a new using Pwn tools. And this is the current exploit that we run. So when we start the box, we're gonna need to connect it by changing the IP, right? Let's rename a few of the files because they're networked, right? Or maybe not. We're gonna use Pwn tools It's going to be local, and it's going to be a fuzzer. If we can manage. .py. And what do we want to do? We want to send data into the program and see when it crashes, right? So first we want executable name instead of port, you know. So file name, or should we do exec name? File name equals I even forgot the name of it. I'll have to go to the notes. Validate. What's it validate? Validate. Yeah. So this is where we're at. And this. So we're almost done. I just want to take the opportunity. So I don't do boxes to finish them. I do boxes to learn things, right? That's the purpose of it. And now we have the opportunity to learn a whole new way of doing this in a better way and an optimized, reusable way. Right? So it is validate. And of course this is string. And of course we want to y type when we can copy. And I guess I should put a date too, because it's nice to know the date. When did I do this? And did I get the old version right? Didn't I manage to copy the darn date too? There are 3. So the file name we go into fuzz is called validate. And let's I'm split. Do I want to like Google fuzzing a local file? Because I don't know how controls works. I need examples. Or do we want to like just look at the files or the tutorial thingies here? I think it's Google is the right way, because we don't want to spend too much time, and maybe we don't even find the most optimized ways.
How do owners pay taxes on meters or values?
Meters or values? I don't know what you mean. We pay tax on our income. And I have no idea prices compared to Denmark. You could probably Google that, right? So local Linux, local Linux fuzzer home. Yeah, let's do tools, because we get everything. Yeah, and then we're getting back to the one we already have open. Right there. So maybe I should check this one out first. This is starter. Do you remember step 0 of 3 that we haven't done? Basic cycle pattern. Yeah. In Python. Context update. Yeah, this looks so cool. Yeah, I think I need to know more. I know that shell craft mix code, you know. So this is how we do it, really. So maybe we don't even fuss. Yeah, we want to fuss it. Why did I find this when I searched for fuss? Oh, fussing. It's
in Denmark,
later.
the tax is charged per value, and in Poland per square meters of plot on which the house stands.
Oh, you're talking about the house. So we have a taxation value for the house, which is lower than what you buy it for. But I don't know exactly how it works. You know, I don't really check it out because I'm not moving a lot. So it's nothing you can really affect. So then I don't bother with it since I can't do anything about it. Though I still pay tax for that, though even when I haven't had an income at all, which is like odd. When I've been home with my kids and haven't had an income. You will learn about fussing. Yeah, so this is something more advanced. Now, this is not what I'm talking about. I just wanna do the basic stuff. So, you can do like fuzzer.py. This we clicked before and I didn't like it, or what? So we have an example. Here, from import process, IO process, calf, which is executable, resreg x b, read until we get the prompt. Okay, so that says a prompt in here with a colon. Application firewall test. Okay. Send line. Yeah, I want to send data to it. Receive line. Print receive line. So it's doing one receive line and then it's printing the next one. Receive until be full. Runs a binary. Waits until it sees the end of the prompt, sees our output string, then prompt sends our format string, then prints the output. The last line just ensures we don't kill the process just yet. Following the same process as live overflow. Okay, so they're copying live overflow, so we should look at his stuff instead. Because he probably understands it better if these are going on his stuff. So, though I don't want to look at videos. Spectre second leaked addresses to the state. Oh yeah, I've seen this video, at least part of it. Right. So, this is not what I intended to do. Maybe this is what we need to learn to do. So, if he's talking about live overflow, there should be a link to the video there. So, maybe this is the first time I watch a video on stream. I'm gonna go finish my kids' sandwiches first, though, because they'll definitely be thrown out. Oh, we are in here. I'll be right back. So my kids are playing a game. It's always nice. So, together. I mean, not just separately. So, 19 minutes. Let's go for it.
So yesterday I showed you some pitfalls that can happen
loud.
during exploit development, and I promised you I will share a full exploit development walkthrough of this small example challenge today. So grab this code from the link below, and then use GCC to compile it in this way. And
Yeah, so I just wanna...
It's a dangerous function, you shouldn't use it ever. Look at here and listen and X debuff just to you wouldn't use netcat. Oh, and
I'll just hop
the
a
application
bit.
video. There is the buffer overflow caused by the gets, which writes data in this limited buffer. But we also have a format string vulnerability here. We can test for format strings by basically entering format characters and see that whenever this data is used and outputted, printed again, if it contains weird numbers. So for example, here I'm using %p to basically print the address of something, and you can already see, yep, that output was not simply reflected back. Those %p suddenly became addresses and numbers. And in main, we have a loop around this vulnerable code. So this means in the first loop, we can use the format vulnerability to leak values or addresses from the stack, which we can then use to defeat ASLR. Basically, we just leak some addresses, and then we know where the stuff is in memory. And then in the second loop iteration, we then can trigger the buffer overflow, now knowing where our stack is. Now, the exploit I'm developing here is pretty lame, but if you are interested in how actual good people are developing exploits and you like to watch that, I really highly recommend to you Zeta2's YouTube. This is a live event where 4 people, 3 and Zeta2.
So I want to see stuff,
so I suggest
but not now. I just want to see his Python code.
So our code connects to the server on localhost and then attempts to receive up to 1024 bytes. So it prints the welcome text. So
yeah, so this is not working. That's...
%p. But the question is, what actually did we leak? Idea what they find the process.
I wanted local stuff now, right?
7ff75. So let me just copy this here.
Yeah, but now I know what the thing is about. I just want to see some Python examples. So let's check through these. Half of Ponto's is utility functions, so you can no longer need to copy paste things like this around. Also, they have changed stuff, and it used to be like this. Right, nice code like this. Unpack pack. Yeah. Packing and unpacking integers. So I saw the names, so I kind of already... That's why I understand the pack thing. So use 16 hex. Single function call does what you want it to. Write file name data. Read file name. Read file name 1. Why not use the normal file? Okay. They making everything. Hashing and encoding. Quick access to lots of functions to transform your data into whatever form you need it to be. Base64? There's already Base64, though. But I guess these are short names. Hashes, MD5 sum hex, yeah, so URL encoding, hex encoding, bit manipulation, and hex stumping. So now we're getting more interesting here. Bits. So an array of bits becomes unbits. Okay, you can make it to arrays of bits.
Fruitape33 says, do you have a story when people were walking in line and someone suddenly stopped walking and all the people crashed into each other?
No, sorry. I don't. Do you? So, tell me stories while I read this. We need to learn pawn tools. Because if I don't know what functions there are, I can't use it to do stuff, and that's like the purpose, right? So print, hex, read, dev, u random, so d2. Now I have to do this. Is this an actual command, or is it like the before ones that were just fake? It was equals 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. Oh, there are double equals. Yeah. But there was not still any code really. Now I hop to the bottom, not on purpose. So this will be something else, but we're gonna test stuff in this one. And I'm thinking, what did I call it? Phone local fuzzer. So first we need chmod, and then we need dot slash local fuzzer. So it's not actually. Oh my god. The example is old Python. And I didn't notice. That kind of makes it all less good, right? Name hex dump. Yeah, so I didn't import anything. From pwn import star, right? So maybe I should hop over to dev for this. So now I'm interested in dev here random, right? Because I have not used that. Random and random special files that serve as cryptographically secure pseudo random number generators. Oh, so it's like a base of a random generator. Okie dokie. So that's a nice example of data to look at. We can hex dump data. Pretty cool. And also useful. Let's make notes. We need to make notes on this, because I don't want to drop this knowledge we're gaining while sleeping or something. So pawn tools, let's start with a Python file, and this is kind of self-explanatory. If I had the full line there, and we can also put like, where did I put that? In the Kelly tab. So there we have both data and command and data. And we really should do it like this. And this should be Python, of course, right? So obviously the output of the command, right? We don't need to explain that. So if we hop back to Kelly, we can see that we can use this. 32. I'm assuming if I do 64 here, it will split it differently. And we'll see that now. So No, it's amount of data. Good. So this is really why I started looking at code. Because in code, we can just paste this. Not that. And we can just mouse over this, and we have the nice function explanation here. So hex dump with. So let's do read instead. It reads dev random, and I guess that is the length, and count is the length. And it outputs bytes. The bytes go into the hex dump, and it says as any. It's just as a hex dump of anything. So this is the length of the data. If we hop back to, I guess I have the output here too. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is 32 bytes. 32 bytes from the file that random. I guess it's a file. It's just a file. So interesting. So I'm skipping lots of stuff. I guess I could put all of it in there, though it's like not. If I need those, I will just find them, right? Unhex. And last we have pattern generation. Is very handy way to find offsets without needing to do math. Let's say we have a straight buffer overflow and we generate a pattern provided the target application. Send cyclic. So this is exactly what we want to do. Yeah, so what we're going to do, and then in the column we might see the crash occurs at. We can avoid the need to do analysis at crash time by just punching the number back. Yeah, so this is what we usually use, for example, Metasploit scripts for. And now we can just do it without doing any tough stuff at all. So what I'm thinking, if we can use the hex dump later to get data from the process where so I'm thinking dot slash, because we're gonna be in the directory plus file name, and we could mess with getting the local path and stuff if we want to. And this is too much. We want to send 120. And we don't even need to fuss really, because we already know that the variable is 100 characters. So validate in Ghidra. Here, this is a variable we are buffer overflowing. And we sent 120 characters. This was yesterday, right? I'm just messing about with this now and trying to learn all the things. So, cyclic find we already have in our stuff. But let's put it in here and see if we can actually get the data back from it too, right? So we're not actually going to put the IO send and cyclic find in action yet, so let's comment on that process though. I'm kind of thinking that's the thing. So, bytes versus strings. So, originally rewritten Python 2 had the beanies. So let me just see. Okay, we need to read this. Unicode. Oh yeah, we don't need to read it. Let's just skip it because I want to get to the stuff. So here they're using the hex dump all the time. So I'm using B because it's explicit, right, like this. Yeah, so that was that. Context arch. So generally at the top of an exploit you'll find something like, so we can do arch. I'm just copying the file because that's right, or the text. Arch bits. So we're gonna set context dot bits equals 32. I'm assuming. And in little, do we have to set all these? Let's set them for Indian equals little is default. Yeah, we don't need it. It's just the default. I was thinking we can't do all of these, right? Log file, log level, sign, terminal. Open new window. So let's check context of terminal. So, oh. Yeah, I was kind of thinking bash was an option, right? Action pane right. Bash C. Eh? Let's just leave it as a default. So, I thought there would be more code in these files. Makes interacting with ELF files relatively straightforward via the ELF class. You can find the full documentation on RTD. Click. ELF files are loaded by path. Upon being loaded, some security relevant attributes about the files are printed. printed. Funky stuff to print stuff without me asking for it. Well, I guess we do this because whatever we find about the file is nice, I guess. So elf bin bash, it will print stuff. Well, print stuff about the elf. So we're not gonna do bin bash, of course. We're gonna do file name. So I guess so. My language messed upness is going crazy here. So underscores. We'll see. Doesn't matter much. Just aesthetics. Elf has a few different sets of symbols available, each containing a dictionary of name. Data. Elf symbols. Let's also no symbols. Oh. So this is really becoming the tutorial file, right? So this will be E. And again E. And then we're gonna put these as comments. Well. Yeah, let's no, I couldn't do it. So, I'm almost pressing F5 here. So, it is the same executable that we did. Yeah. In module line 12, E equals elf file name. File polib elf py. In itself file open path RB. Yeah. So the file doesn't exist. That's what it wanted to say. And that's okay. So let's so We got validate here. So we got the information from the elf typing. This is not very pretty printed, is it? But it seems to be JSON data, so we could pretty print it. So I'm like, I use that. GitHub. I'm looking for something else. How do I list all the repos? That's the one. Probably this one. pprint. From pprint import preprint. At least I remember it. And I think pprint will just print anything. So we just put a pprint on these. JSON will look pretty. So now we have much more readable data. So the elf information, no canary found, and it's unknown. No strip, no, yes, debug info. So here's all the information. And here we can see what's called got and PLT already here, right? And here we have the got. And so they've stripped that part of the name here. I don't know what it is. Functions. So functions isn't very pretty printed, is it? Main function name, validate function validate. Yeah, this is really what's important, the functions. But we don't care much about printf, you know? Though it can be interesting, but the most important thing is actually the this bit. That we want to see main and validate, and those are the ones I have the code for already. So we're going to comment out these, and only contains functions. So to make it easier for myself, right? So nice. So that gets the weather, by the way, from Norwegian YR weather stuff. But you have to use your own email and stuff if you use it, or mine will be not. They won't be happy. So very useful for keeping sports robots. Sports robots, but remove the need hardcode addresses. License, e-symbols, bash license. Let's look at this information we got again. Yeah, so these are the addresses, of course, right? So, license. In e-symbols. I recognize these from R2. Of course, the same things. So seriously, I can't find anything called license in here. I might be blind, but yeah, right. They did bash. That's why. So if we instead go here and this one, and it's Python 2. Not pretty, is it? So if we were to will this work? We do instead nah, I don't know. Let's do main because we know it's there, you know? But I don't like this is hard coding. Even if the address is not hard coded, it is still hard coding that. So let's instead get JSON information from this in another way. So libccsu for function in I'm like, why is this red? Oh, they are red, the words. Function in e functions. So name. Oh gosh, that was a long tab. Print. Function dot name. Plus. I guess we do the address first, right? Address. And we don't F5, but we arrow up. Oh, I forgot the colon. So they're not strings. Of course, address is not string. So what did they use? Percent. Which is the prettiest way to get that in there? I guess just putting it all in there. Is it F? Python print formatted string. F. And the characters here. And then the parentheses, but we have a special format for this one. And they have it here. Yeah, colon. Format. This is what I'm looking for. I'm curious, can we mix them? Though this one doesn't have an F. Well, let's play with it. So at least it's dot format and these within parentheses and then we don't do this because we use format instead, and then we used probably %s, right? And let's try that. Function address. String has no there's no address. So to make this easier, I'm gonna comment this line, and we're gonna make 2 different lines because print will automatically fix whatever it needs for format if we just do that. So, and we just want to make sure that we get the data right first. And we might not, so there. This will print anything. As long as that exists, we'll print it. So, in function address, didn't it exist? Functions main address. Yeah, right. So, this time we're using this instead. Yeah, so instead of trying a million things, we can do ChatGPT again. It solved our last problem, right? And I'm gonna do this from now on when I open it up, because it was very unsmart and showed my IP before. So just to be safe. And we want also the error message. Oopsie. Can it help again? Hmm. So, okay. Clicking values. So, values too. And they have a percent character. Let's see if it's right. Let's see if it's right. Oh. So I'm almost going back to my weather thingy again because I had this thing in there too. Because it's JSON data we get from the web page. So it worked. So so we just needed to add values to the end here. I'm just curious now. I have to check. So we just closed down my here. So what am I doing? I'm doing this. Yes, I use the specific names. So it's not the same. Here's how the data looks. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm. So I'm trying to go here. Yeah, so the addresses are not numbers, are they? Yeah. So we do want them. They are numbers, and we want them printed out this way. So this is not good. We don't want decimal ones, meaning we're gonna try this again. Now when we have, we know the address works, right? So apparently this doesn't work. So then we change it to the thing that ChatGPT had. Let's see. So the only change it made is put a percent here and that. And I have never seen this. So if this works, yeah, that's cool. So the only thing we want now is to remove its, which is actually the format that's used here, right? This is what they use to the percent here. they only have the explicit name of the function. I don't want that. I want to find it from the data, and we did. So now we're just gonna put an if in here. We're just gonna print the ones which don't have an underscore as a first character. So if let's do a simple Google again. Python first char string. Yeah, right. I know it already before I click. It's just to use the this, right? We did that just the other day. So it is the name. And is this not equals? Is it? It is not, right? Let's do not. Not equals. So I still want to put like the single quotes for single characters. So we're failing. Oopsie. Delete instead of home. Yeah, I did the opposite. It was because they did. I did save. So now we're getting only the ones we want. So we're only printing the functions that are actually readable functions. And now I can change this to functions. And well, let's put that over in the notes too. There. I think. And I told people, like my kids do, that I'm gonna make some meat sauce today, and I'm gonna do some cleaning today. So I'm not gonna stream for much longer, but this is very hard to stop too. It's fun, you know, when you learn things and you find new ways to do different things. So this is in the notes, and we can delete it because I have the information I want now. Is this. Let's just do a little British end there, and I'm pleased with this. We have validated main. Should only put main at the very top, right? Not caring about sorting them up. It's good enough. So this is currently not much of a local file server, but it is just checking out the file. We're gonna do some more stuff before I stop today. So let's close some stuff down that we don't need anymore. Might look at that later, as if I will have time. We checked this out. Then we checked that out. We checked that out. This is where we are at. So, this will print something like the following. Changing the base address. Changing the base address of the ELF file. I need to adjust for ESLR. It's very straightforward. Let's change the base address of bash and see all the symbols change. It's kind of cool you can do that. E address. Cool. Cool. I want to run this example, but it will just show this, right? So set the base address. I guess we say of the ELF file, which is kind of the same as executable, but whatever. And let's change it so that it is a more normal number. Assuming it's not. It started with 400,000, this one, and it ended. It's lots of things that have 400,000 for some reason. Reading ELF files. You can directly interact with ELF as if it were loaded into memory using read and write. And functions named identically to what? That in the packing module. Packing. What's that? Additionally, you can see the disassembly. Yeah, this is what I was assuming we would get to. So we can disassemble the functions as we're looking through them. We don't just list them. Or we can just do it later. List the functions and then disassemble them. I'd rather do it at once, I think. But then we might want to sort them. I don't know. From pwn import. They're using bin bash. We're using a much tinier one with 2 functions. Print wrapper. So what does this do? Wrapper. So disassemble main. We gonna, well, license doesn't exist, right? So let's actually use bash here as an example. So we're gonna have a print long line of dashes here, because I wanna not make a new file. It's simpler like this. Missing parentheses in call to print. It is still, I should remember, it is still Python 2 examples. Still Python 2 examples. Still Python 2 examples. All the way. I should make a Ctrl H for the print. So invalid arch bits combination. Alright. Yeah, so So now we can see we have a bin bash. This first command there does this, adjusts their output. So let's just copy this. And it's 20. I'm looking at the time. So this is what we get out. So this shows that e-read, e-address. So let's this was getting the address or setting the address. Let's actually print the address, right? So let's print it because it will exist. And of course we want to they're reading the first bit of it, but I want to read the address. And then we want this too, right? Because we want an address to be formatted or it will look funny. So I guess we percent that. And we put that there. And we save. And I didn't comment stuff. Why couldn't it run this? So here's the base address. Let's print that. I'm like blind. It's first here. And we want it before the functions. So base address colon \n, and now we have it needs a \n first. So we have that for the other one. So space address functions. And then for the next one we'll start a new header with that too. So this is the characters, the first four bytes, I'm assuming. So why would they want to do this instead of just hex dumping it? So let's hex dump it. So if we want to hex dump something here, yeah, let's change this Twitch stream title, or rather I'll it's not 20, it's 19. I'll have to stop soon, but learning phone tools. Python. So, and I'm gonna change category too, because this is mostly coding, right? So there. So YouTube will have to stay on the on the old one. But I'm kind of thinking this. We're really doing coding right now. It's kind of not much else. So let's paste here. All right. That was a failed copy. Just saving some space there. So here, what if we instead hex dump this? We can read an address. That's what we're showing here. 4 bytes from it. And this, in this case, from bin bash. But we could simply do E2 for bash, right? And keep those on ours. And these, since these are specific to the license thingy there. Why do they do this? Well, that's not how I would do it. So there we have separated those. I guess we can set it back to 64-bit afterwards too. Yeah. So e.address. Let's do 2 then. Let's see if this works. No. 0x4 is not contained in ELF. Yeah, let's undo these. And let's run it again to make sure we don't have any errors. Then we can put this one back. Make sure that that was not the error, which it was. And this is their code, I just moved it. I see. I didn't put a 2 here. So that was a problem. So what if we do E on both? There, it also works. So now when it's E, we're moving it up before the line because it's kind of messed up otherwise. I guess I'll just put a print here, so it's easier. So we have stuff separated. So an e.address is the base address, right? So this really fits with here. And after this, I'm going to try the next step and run this command again with a hex dump, and we'll see what it does. We get an error on the read e address, and the difference between these is this is e.read, right? So now we got the nicer output. Look, much nicer than this. Though I don't like that it put a new line in there. So it's always 2. So if you only want 1 line, you can't get it. So let's say we want more data. And we don't really care about this. Though I'm interested what wrapper is. Does it say what wrapper is in here? So print wrapper. highlight all. Only one. Python wrapper. Printable representation of an object. So, anything. What did it do? Why did it become Swedish?
3-week lechery says. Cheap viewers on web link.
The TTS is too quick. Another was say the Python wrapper function or terms of printable. So wrapper. Why? I don't know. Well, maybe it's a Python 2 thing. So don't you know what type of data you have or what? I don't know. So wrapper is just a normal function of Python. It was not special for this. So we don't need anything special there, right? I'm assuming the hex dump is actually normal text. So we're gonna see what a \n on here does. Will it work fine? Yeah, so now we have 2 new lines, so we can delete this. And we do let's do the 32 first bits. And let's also add a label for it. So the first 32 bytes, my god, bytes of data in the elf. And we do another \n. No, we don't want to. We just want that. So that will be pretty enough. And that's actually a new section. And this is just if we want to set it, we can uncomment that. So now we have we have a new line here because it adds one. Then we will want to remove the special character at the end of this. Is it like UL or something? Python remove line break print. End is it's just end. Okay. End equals. We don't need a space. So now we don't have this ugly line in between there. So base address, first 32 bytes, data in the elf, we can see the elf there. And then we have the functions in it, and then we have what we're exploring. So let's continue exploring the new stuff. I'm actually gonna add a \n here too, because it's prettier to have some space. So this license thingy, unpack. So we just need to look at the information. This is the unpack license, is it? Oh right. Oh my god. It keeps doing this. I'm like, why is it doing the same thing twice? Or why is it giving this 2 lines? Because it should be this. Well, P license. P license, okay. I don't know what license is, so this doesn't tell me anything. But there's a P license. And this is the unpacked version of the P license. So, not interesting. E2 read license. Again. So, it's showing different formats here. So if we do now just save and run. Ah. Yeah. Because I removed the license there. So this will still it's used in several places. So we're just gonna comment the print line. And we run it again, and now we can see what this is. That, oh my god, this is that line. This B value ends here. Read license 14. So this is a string. And then it's disassembling main with only 12. So if we do 300 here, what will happen? So I'm not really interested in this, but this is... I guess if we list all the symbols, we would get that kind of data too. So here we have more of bash. And now we can do this on ours instead. So we don't have anything left of their example that we're interested in. So we're gonna remove this. And can we just do this? We'll test it. Let's test it. And we're almost there on the... I want to know the length of main. And we might have had it in our previous data. Let's actually hop back up. Quite early in this. Maybe I should have kept the line where I printed all the data. Here. So main size. There's a size. Right? So we can go size. And elf is the file name. Yeah. So if we go even further up, when we've listed more stuff. No, these don't have file names. Only these do. Yeah, okay. So, let's move this now. Actually just like this. And we're going to do comma. Let's undo instead because I deleted there. So I don't put an error where I don't need to be one. So function dot size. Was size, wasn't it? So size. And this is not supposed to be main, this is supposed to be function of name. And let's make a print. Disassembling function. Function %s at percent number x hex number percent. Then we grab this bit here because I'm gonna delete this line there. So, why is that line in there? I dragged. Oh, I forgot. Actually, yeah. So this percent character might require the first thing to be an int. So now I'm curious. So if we cut this here, I'm just blind or stupid. I forgot to switch the order of them. So of course it wants an int because I'm putting an int in there. So there. So now we got the fully disassembled functions. Two functions, disassembling function, validate at disassembling function main at. So let's put some new lines too. Maybe just before the line here. There. So those lines are just me. So first we have let's make a print first too. Because it's not pretty with this thing. It outputs stuff. Let's also actually print some stuff about what is coming. So elf information, and then we can remove this comment because it's useless. So, and then we get the elf information, and then we have all the other stuff. So elf information, we should put a colon there too, so we're consistent, right? Though I'm not fully consistent, but wherever base address is colon, functions is colon. This doesn't have colon, but it's connected to the base address, right? By the way, why don't we see this here? Because that's not how this function works. So the hex dump, I'd like it to show the actual address in memory, right? So homelim, bit fiddling, hex dump in Python, control sheet. So that's a nice thing. Yeah, but I want more. I want to change the format of the hex dump. Let's keep that one up. It's always interesting to find nice cheat sheets to check through. Show address for the rest is memory hex dump. Is it using Pongo? Yeah. So no Pone in there. I'm kind of thinking they didn't do that, right? They didn't add that to it. So let's go back to reading through the possibilities. Here, this is where we are. Here we are. So let's exit find. Patching alpha files. We can even patch them when we run them like this. Well, of course, why not? We have access to all the memory and can just do stuff, right? So, this is where we're gonna continue. I'm thinking, should I just take a bathroom break or should I stop? I really should stop. Kira's online. Yeah. So let's just check this out first before we do something. I'm trying to mute it. So also I noticed that people don't. If I do more basic stuff, people are more likely to check the stream out. But we're still waiting. But I am gonna check one thing first. Also, I don't fully trust it because it changes so much, the number of people watching. So I'd like to know more about this. We need to check that out, but let's put the new stuff that we're gonna check out down here, so we don't forget where we were. Like we're and this file. This is where we're looking, and we're gonna check out the patching L file section. Alright, it has a link. Copy link. So we have it right here. That's where we're gonna continue. We'll continue next time. And I know that I kinda aborted this. Just checking this online here quickly. So it's time. I need to go and do some more stuff. I'm gonna go to get my kids some food. I'm gonna go make some spaghetti and meat sauce, and I'm gonna go fix the wardrobe, which actually is the tools room. So I'm gonna be gooey, like sorting tools and stuff. But it's kind of fun too. This is like addictive. Learning things that are, yeah. So, very fun stuff. Tomorrow, probably. I gotta work a bit first, so I'll be starting at like 14ish something tomorrow, probably. We'll see if my kids wanna play and stuff first too. Maybe I'll start a bit later and go late, because it's Friday. And in case my family, if we're watching a movie or something, otherwise it's usually that people just sit by their computers or something. Then in the weekend I don't stream, so that's just family time. So, thank you for being here. Have a great day. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. And bye. And yeah, I'm sure Kira's doing something cool.